And then the bridge that says, there's no shadow he won't light up, no mountain he won't climb up. And I've, talked with my team, that's any shadow of doubt, of fear, of addiction, of depression, of anxiety, any shadow that's in your life, there's no shadow he won't light up.
Welcome to Worship Leader Hangout, where we talk about many aspects of leading worship and leading a worship team. Today I want to quickly talk about me being a mentor or an inspiration to somebody in your life. Maybe there's a high school student that serves under you, that looks up to you, and you may not even realize it, but he looks up to you in everything that you do because he wants to do what you do now one day in his life. I had people like that in my life every step of the way. I even knew then, I said, you know what, it's important to have people in my life that are where I want to be one day. I recently ran into somebody at Elevation Church Blakeney when we were filming the behind the scenes video. I'll link it below. I ran into somebody that meant a lot to me. Even though he was only in my life for a couple years, he meant a lot to me at that time because I was going through this phase where I already knew that I wanted to be a worship leader, but he had a way about himself that was inspiring, and it made me want to continue to push toward my passion and push toward what God was calling me to do and not run from that, because I admired him. I looked up to him and what he did. He was very good at what he did as a worship leader. Very good musician, very good person, people person, that kind of thing. Even that short amount of time, I was able to get so much from that. And I don't know how to thank him enough. I mean, there's really no way I can. I mean, maybe if he sees this video, thank you. When I was walking out of Elevation, I was talking to a couple of people, and this guy came straight up to me. I turned and looked, and there in front of me was that worship pastor that I served under a few years while I was in high school. I was so excited to see him there. I actually had to just quickly end my conversation with somebody else because I was so excited to talk to this person. So anyway, I actually want to show you a video just moments later after I saw him initially. I asked him if he would just get out the camera real quick and film what was going on because I was so excited to see him, and I was like, well, let's just do like a quick interview or something. His name is David Humphrey. He serves at Life Church in Huntsville, Alabama as a worship pastor there, doing great things. Anyway, he means a lot to me, and I want to show you this video, so watch, and I'll see you at the end.
How are you, man? What are you doing?
Man, hey. We haven't seen each other since I was probably, well, a little bit shorter.
I was twice the man I am now. I've lost about 145 pounds since I saw him last. So, all right,
so let me introduce you to this guy. He was actually one of my worship leaders when I was just coming up in the world as a musician and just learning under this guy. This guy's name, David Humphreys.
Yeah, Humphrey.
Your last name? Humphrey. Yeah. Yeah, everybody always said it wrong at the church we were at back in the day.
So, still happens.
Anyway, David is an awesome worship leader. What church are you at now?
I'm at Life Church Huntsville.
Life Church
Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
So, man, this
just launched a new campus, and I watch Worship Leader Hangout all the time.
Do you really?
Get new ideas. I do. I keep up with you guys. I subscribe and keep up with it, and so always enjoy insight and ideas that other people are doing. And
well, guess what we're doing here?
Right, exactly. That's what we're doing. That's right. Yeah. We're taking a little inside peek.
That's right.
So yeah, we love it. We just launched a campus. February the 11th was our launch date.
That's incredible.
And we went from being in a high school for 2.5 years to opening up a 75,000 square foot facility and renovated the entire thing.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, from kids ministry to student center to worship sanctuary, all of it, complete overhaul. And so it's been a blast. But we're excited.
That's
so
really cool.
Glad to see all.
I need to get over there.
Yes, we would love that. We would love that.
I really do. That would be cool, man. Yeah. Let me just say this again. Like, he was an inspiration. He is one of the reasons why I became a worship leader.
Oh.
And just watching him and seeing everything he does. And I remember just learning guitar with some other friends that went to the church, and he would show us a few things. And one thing I remember, you're gonna think I'm crazy.
Oh gosh.
One time you were congested.
Yeah.
Or something was going on, like, just how we get sometimes this
time
of year.
Absolutely.
I remember him saying, this is so random, but he's like, man, my ears are clogged up. I was like, what is he talking about? Well, now, as a vocalist, as a worship leader, like, that's something that even I deal with now.
Yeah.
and I think back, it's weird what we remember as kids. We think back to those kinds of things, like, yeah, I remember David talking about that, and just everything sounded where I couldn't tell a difference, but you knew. But anyway,
you do. You know, you feel different.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I stress that to my team all the time. There's going to be times you feel like it, times you don't.
That's right. And, physically, mentally, spiritually.
That's right.
All those things.
But he's worthy, regardless. So
that's right.
Give it your all every single time.
And that's right.
And thankfully, it doesn't rest on how good I am or how I feel or any of that. Can't save anybody, can't heal anybody, but man, I can set the atmosphere for that to take place.
That's right. And sometimes when we feel our worst, we'll get the compliments. And people will say, man, you guys were incredible today. I just love your spirit.
Because you actually got yourself out of the way and let him do what he does.
And you're like, what are you talking about? It was terrible. But people, you know.
Were we in the same room?
Yeah.
Because
I felt like that like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So you guys here for a couple days?
We're not.
So, heading out.
Yeah, we're heading out right after this.
Now, how far are you from here?
We're in Greenville, South Carolina, so it's only 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
We had to, and you can keep filming, I don't care. We wanted to go to the Supernatural Ministry School.
Yeah, the school.
Pastor
Guillermo Maldonado in Miami, Florida.
Florida at King Jesus.
Okay.
The church, that's the name of the church there. So we wanted to go to that again and take more staff. We went this past February, and so we gave up our reservation here, got a refund so we can put it into going back to that this year in June.
So you get to come up here today and do a little double dipping.
So I got to come up, yeah.
That a boy.
And so, I mean, I wanted to come regardless, but I just, it just worked out. It was kind of sad, but what we learned down there, where we are as a church right now, that just, it fits.
And that's what you have to do. And for us, we're getting ready to launch a new campus within the next year, around the 1st of next year. And so looking at some of their different campuses, how they communicate, how they stream this or stream that, and what the role of campus pastors are at each one. Some of that stuff is kind of some of the nuts and bolts we're really pulling some ideas from, and we've got a couple other things throughout the year that we're going to be a part of at other churches that do similar stuff. And so that's kind of a big part of it for us, is kind of seeing that side of things and kind of figuring out what groove is best going to be for us to
and
getting a lot of our infrastructure in place now.
You have to be with your culture, you know, and you can't force any other culture or anything else. But one thing I did tell Tim, I was like, all right, if I see anybody I know, if I see any worship leaders or anybody recognizes the channel or anything like that, I mean, I want to ask 2
worship
questions.
Leader Hangout, check it out, subscribe today. You won't be sorry, I promise.
I want to ask
you. It's great. It's worship guys helping other worship guys.
That's right.
And that's what I love about it. I love the community side of it, and just
I really
glad to run into you. I follow you all the time, and I'm really thankful for what God's doing in your life, and man, it blesses me. It really does. And what you're doing, you know, you could do it at your church and bless your church and be done with that, but you make an effort to extend it and just say, hey guys, here's how we do what we do. You know, it's not always the big flashy stuff, but here's how you can do it on your level. And I'll just tell you, man, I appreciate it, because that's my heart as well, is to make it available to people anywhere, to say, look, you may not be able to do it all on an inside elevation scale, but you can do something at your house that makes it different and takes it up to the next level, and keep getting better. That's what it's all about, and that's what I love about the channel you guys have, and I really appreciate what you do.
What is your church's heart song right now? What is the song, or maybe a couple songs, that you feel like just impacts them or they respond to so well right now?
Probably
early 2018.
One of the newest ones, and I know this is going to sound kind of cliche right now, but Reckless Love is Wrecking Our House.
Wow.
To say it that way, it's, you know, the second verse alone for me is, it says, you know, when I was your foe, still your love fought for me. And when I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. And when you get into that, and in the bridge that says, there's no shadow he won't light up, no mountain he won't climb up. And I've, you know, talked with my team, that's any shadow of doubt, of fear, of addiction, of depression, of anxiety, any shadow that's in your life, there's no shadow he won't light up. And man, when you start really talking about the love of God, because you know, I tell my team all the time, we talk about the gospel, which is the birth, the life, the death, the resurrection, and the second coming of Jesus, but every bit of that can be wrapped up in one word, and it's all because of love. He did every bit of it because of love, because he couldn't stand to be separated from us. And when sin separated us, he found a way and said, this is what I'm going to do, so I don't ever have to be separated from my children ever again. And man, you start talking about that kind of love, man, and it just moves through people. And it's been one of those songs for us just recently that we just recently launched, and man, like I said, it's one of those that everybody's sharing. And then another one that that's kind of come out of nowhere was the Waymaker.
Yeah,
the newer
us too.
Waymaker, and I thought it was one of those. I was like, man, I'm gonna do this in an altar service, and it was. And it was like, man, when are you guys doing it? And it's taken off, and our people love it.
Another one that we've been really into lately is Build My Life. It's now starting to be popular.
Right.
When I first heard that song, I watched a video online, and it just tore me apart. I literally went into another room and just sobbed.
I did the same thing with Amanda Cook sitting at the piano playing it at Bethel. I was like,
yes.
Gosh.
Yeah, this was, I don't remember his name, John. Everybody's like, I don't know, you know, they're telling me what it is, but I think his name's John, but he's with Bethel, and he did it live. And he did a medley with What a Beautiful Name, and it was powerful. So
that's awesome. Man, I'm so glad I ran into you.
Dude,
I was over there and I was like, dude, there's Chad. So I had to get out and run speak to you.
Awesome. You want to go eat?
We're actually going to eat somewhere. You're welcome to join us.
Your whole group?
Yeah.
Love to. Where are y'all going? Well, Chick-fil-A's right down here.
Where? What he said.
We're going to go eat. Thank you guys again for watching. Love y'all. See you in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And remember, great worship leaders are always learning. Have a great day.